Så er der nyt til den evige kamp i The Nexus.
Sneak peek.
Er du fan af Heroes of the Storm, så er der godt nyt, for der er masser af nye opdateringer på vej. Jeg fik et interview med en af udviklerne bag spillet, og I kan se, hvad han svarede lige her.
So my name's Matthew Cooper. I'm the lead live designer on Heroes of the Storm. My primary focus with my team is on the balance of the game, hero reworks, hero updates, kind of the live game as a whole.
On the presentation, you talked about this new 2018 gameplay update and a lot of other updates. For example, you're going to add integrated voice chat. How do you plan on battling the rising toxicity it might come with?
Yes, that's always a concern with something like voice chat. The biggest thing we're doing initially is that for a party, you'll be automatically joined in that party's voice chats. Hopefully you're playing with friends. You can of course change that option if you don't want to be involved in voice chat. And then if you're playing more in like that quick match environment, it's more of an opt-in experience where you won't be automatically joined in voice chat, but you'll be able to choose if you want to partake in voice chat. And again, you can change that option. So we're hoping that, you know, we know better communication helps in Heroes because it's such a team-based game, and we're hoping, you know, providing players with the tools to kind of decide if they want to be involved in voice chat or not will help. But I think we'll definitely have to explore probably more things in the future as well.
So also there's this new MMR system you talked about, where it's supposed to move people quicker out of up the ranks or down the ranks. So could you just explain that, how it's going to work?
Yeah, sure. So how MMR, which is your matchmaking rating, typically works is, you know, when you lose a game, your MMR goes down. When you win a game, your MMR goes up. There's some modifiers for if you're playing a better team, your MMR will go up more or you'll lose less, right? So we look at the skill level of each team when adjusting their MMR. The new system is also doing another thing on top of that, where it's also looking at how well you played in that match. And so even with the new system, if you lose a game, your MMR is still going to go down, but it just might not go down as much if you played a really good game. And it's same thing, when you win, your MMR will always go up, but depending on how well you played, it might go up a lot or maybe a little bit less. We look at a lot of different stats per hero, so it's all kind of custom per hero. And so like the example we gave in the presentation was, you know, with Illidan, who high performing Illadins and low performing Illadins, they all kind of compete in the same stats, but you know, a high performing Illidan will just die less, take more mercenary counts, that kind of thing. And then we can, you know, run that data against other Illidan players in your region and see, did you perform really well or not, and then make adjustments from there. So it gets players closer, places them like closer to their skill level more quickly. So our goal with the lane updates is to just make that part of the game a little bit more interesting. There's some great opportunities to have those 1v1, 2v2 skirmishes. You can outplay an opponent. And so we are bringing it all to PTR. We'll have a 3-week PTR where we can get feedback from the community, and it's not necessarily set in stone. We could make adjustments from that.
So you talked a little about that stealth heroes weren't really played in like high ranking competitive. So how do you plan on making these stealth changes, making heroes that are used stealth more like used in high rank play?
Yeah, it's a good question. Like we noticed basically at like lower level kind of uncoordinated quick match play, the stealth visual was really hard to see. And so all our stealth heroes basically got like a huge win rate boost because most players wouldn't spot them moving around. It gave them a lot of power. Now, as you moved up into like esports play, they will tell us like they basically spot the stealth visual like immediately. And as a result, in a lot of ways, they were playing as if they weren't really stealth to begin with, right? So we wanted to kind of bridge that gap a little bit and make it so that all the players could spot stealth a little bit easier, which would give us an opportunity to revisit stealth heroes, give them some new talents baseline, give them some updates essentially. And we've done that. We've gone through all the stealth heroes, done reworks, given them some new abilities. Samuro, as an example, we don't see that often in esports. Some changes we're making to him is when you spawn in your new images, depending on where your mouse cursor is, will spawn the real Samuro in that location. So previously it was random in where Samuro would spawn, and you wouldn't have control over that. So now you actually can control, you know, do you want to spawn towards your enemy, away from your enemy? We also gave him the image swap baseline on a longer cooldown, so you can, not only are you controlling where you're spawning, you can use that to you know, fake your opponent out more. And so we're looking to kind of do changes like that where even though the stealth visual will be easier for players to spot, those stealth heroes will also have more tricks and tools kind of in their kits, so they have more ways to play as well. So we have a giant list of heroes where we want to add at some point to heroes. I think it's probably a couple hundred long at this point, and the great thing with Blizzard is, like, Overwatch announced a new hero at BlizzCon, right? So that's another character on our list now, right? So we definitely will keep adding Overwatch characters to the game. We just have to, you know, pick the right ones that fit our release, and, you know, we want to bring different playstyles and different ways to think about the match.
Hvad glæder I jer mest til den nye opdatering? Skriv det hernede i kommentarfeltet, og så ses vi ellers bare i det Nexus.